Want better knife skills? Let me talk about the thing that you need to do before you even pick up the knife. Please, we need to stop working on unstable cutting boards. It drives me bonkers. It is unsafe and inefficient. So let's get our cutting boards stabilized. We can do it in one of two ways. The first way is with something you probably already have in your house, a piece of damp paper towel. It's just gonna go right under your cutting board and you're safe to cut now. Option two, a piece of handy dandy drawer liner that you can get from any home goods store. You're gonna cut a square, pop it under your cutting board, and again, you've got a nice stable surface, and this one is reusable. All right, so we're all gonna get our cutting boards stable before we get cooking today. Deal? Deal.
Let's dice an onion.
Here's how you finally dice a chili. Start with taking some of the stem off. If you don't want the seeds, here's a quick trick to get them out. Just roll the chili between your hands and the seeds will come out. All the seeds are out. Cut the chili in half lengthwise. Slightly press them down to flatten it out. Then cut it into thin strips. Now finally dice them.
This is the back slice, and no, it doesn't only work with avocados.
Alright.
When I first showed you this knife technique, loads of you couldn't believe that it would work with anything else but a soft avocado. But it does. It works with pretty much everything, like cucumbers, carrots, apples, onions, and even potatoes.
This is how you do it.
Angle the tip of the knife on the cutting board and rest the blade against your knuckles. Then pull back while maintaining the same angle. This way you'll get perfect slices every time. Just like that.
Wunderbar.
You are amazing. And don't let anyone tell you differently. And let me show you how to dragon slide. When you do the dragon slide, you actually want to take the knife, line it up with your knuckle up front, put it down on the cutting board, and then dragon slide. The knife actually goes up and forward and around like this. Down, dragon slide. Line it up again, knife touches the knuckle, knife tip down, dragon slide. We'll do it from a different angle. Every time you lift the knife, you line it up with your knuckle first, here, lay the tip down, and then slide it back, dragon slide. Knife up, touch the knuckle first, knife tip down, dragon slide. And that is how you dragon slide. Ah!
Y'all, I'm going to show you how to turn this into this. Get a peeler and just take the skin off. You're going to go all the way around. We're going to look for that round side to the right of it. Use the tip of your knife, and all we're going to do is just drag it through. Then you have nice, beautiful chunks of mango.
This is my #1 tip that helped me improve my knife skills.
Alright.
Have you ever sliced something without feeling fully in control over the blade?
You've got to change the way you hold your knife.
Instead of just holding the handle, use your thumb and index finger to grip the blade. Then rest the blade against your knuckles as a guide and start slicing. This way, the knife becomes an extension of the hand and you have much more control over how you slice.
Wunderbar.
How to dice an onion. Cut it in half, root to tip. Slice off the end opposite of the root. Remove the outer layer. Cut lengthwise, but keep the root intact. Cut towards the root, but keep the root intact. And now cut across. And there's the dicing. So fast and easy.
Normally when you cut an onion, it rides up the side of your knife, making a huge mess. The drag and slide technique is when you drag the tip like this. And when you do that, everything sort of sticks together and the knife is completely clean. But when you look at the onion, it's completely diced. So it's the drag and slide. Hence the drag and slide. Ah! I'm gonna show you how I cut a watermelon. Kinda wanna like roll it back and forth. Let the knife do the work. Woo! Flip it upside down. And these little white spots, you can go back and get them. It's actually better to cut on a smaller cutting board. Cut 1, cut 2, cut 3, cut in half. Turn the board, not the melon. You get your bowl right on top, and then you flippy. And there you go. That is how I prep watermelon. Schlots. Top off. Whoop. Bottom. Whoop. Cut this root off. Because we're doing juliennes, we don't need the root, but we keep this for stock. Stop at about 2/3 of the way, flip forward so it's safe. Juliennes! I'm gonna show you how to cut even tomato slices. First thing you wanna do is remove that core, hold the knife like this, in, spin around that core, okay, turn it sideways, do a at the top, start cutting your slices. When you get about 2/3 of the way through, you're gonna turn the tomato around, and then now you're gonna cut the top off like this, okay? What this does is, it allows you to get even slices all the way through, because it's really, really hard to cut a tomato when it starts to like bubble down at the bottom. And now we have some nice even tomato slices. Boop, 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 boop. Ah!
You don't need a sharp knife to cut perfect avocado slices.
Alright, this is a butter knife. Not sharp at all.
It's not about how sharp your knife is. An avocado is soft enough. Instead, it's the way you slice that makes the difference. Remember, just angle the tip of the knife on the cutting board and rest the blade against your knuckles. Then pull back while maintaining the same angle. This way it won't stick to the blade and you get perfect slices every time. And here's an extra tip. If the first slice comes off, just stick it back on and continue. It will help to hold the other slices in place.
Wunderbar.
You don't need an expensive knife to cut perfect tomato slices.
Alright.
Okay, I get it. Slicing tomatoes is satisfying, especially at the height of the season when they come in all shapes and colors. But what if you don't have a sharp knife?
You've got to start using a serrated knife.
Instead of slicing with an expensive knife, just use a serrated blade. They're super cheap and they work on all kinds of soft fruit, cutting perfect slices every time.
Wunderbar.
How to slice a chili. Here's this little whiner. Cut that off. Look, your knife needs to be sharp. Don't do this. Forward and down at the same time. If you slice right, they'll be nice and thin.
Supreming or segmenting citrus is a great technique to learn. Cut the ends off your citrus and then use a sharp knife to take off all the peel and pith. Once that's removed, have a look at your citrus and take a sharp knife and cut in between each membrane. Then you can pull out these delicious jewel-toned pieces. And now you know.